As a drama facilitator, working with the Stages Toolkit has been brilliant because it's given me loads of not just content, but different approaches of exercises and activities that I can do with groups that I work with, and I work in lots of different arenas with young people. Um, and searching the toolkit is brilliant and so easy because you can search by theme, by curriculum subject. You can come in, your search process can be from lots of different angles in order to find what you're looking for, whether that's an icebreaker, a warm up, something that's specifically looking at getting the children to use their voices, something that's specifically looking at physicality. If you wanted to approach a particular type of topic, getting them using discussions to explore different subjects and areas. So it's been really fantastic to use. And as you know, as somebody who uses lots of different exercises myself, it's constantly refreshing and giving me different angles on things that might be familiar, as well as introducing completely new exercises and games and activities that I'd never used before. The exercises within the toolkit are initially aimed at secondary age children and upwards. And I had the experience of working as a freelancer across age ranges from reception age, so 4 and 5 year olds, up to 18-year-olds. And it was great trying out the different exercises with primary age children, because so many of them were accessible. Some of them didn't really need any alteration at all. They could be used straight as they were written. And there were a few that I just made tiny amendments to in order to make them more accessible and more appropriate for younger children. For example, a storytelling exercise, which simply involved playing some music, passing a ball around a circle, and inviting children to, when they held the ball, tell a story of some description. With the younger children, the way I adapted it was to make the story possible in a word or 2 words, so that any contribution, any participation was possible, whether that was just the story of the broken mirror, that was the image that the child came up with, or any length of story that they wanted to tell. For me personally, I've done exercises like this before, but I'd never had the addition of having music, gentle, calm music, which created a really elevated atmosphere with the young people and passing the ball around, and meant that I had less involvement. My voice was less involved in the activity, and made it much more about the young people's voices and their stories. Some other examples of how I'd adapted some exercises. There was a sculpture, forming sculptures with your body in response to different themes. And in the toolkit, some of the themes are more suitable for secondary age children, that would be slightly more grown up in topic or in ideas. And so what I did with younger children was just take some themes that were more age appropriate, and started with lighter subjects, so that it was possible for them to get used to the idea of physicalizing and creating shapes with their bodies based on simple ideas, family, friendship, before starting to delve into more serious topics. The core of each of these exercises is so clear on the toolkit, and then how you deliver that is really based on your group of young people, in the same way that if you were working with a teenage group but they were a more vulnerable group, you may choose to avoid certain topics. As the facilitator, as the teacher, as the person in front of that group of young people, you know what's best for that group, and so you guide. So amending and adapting these exercises is very easy.